Thank you for visiting the Combs Waterkotte website and our DWI Defense Lawyer in St. Louis's website page. We have made this audio version of this website page to help you protect your future and reputation. If you have been charged with a DWI in the state of Missouri, our criminal defense lawyers can help you. Don't face the state and court system alone during your DWI charge. Contact one of our lawyers today at 314-900-HELP to protect your rights and future. Combs Waterkotte is committed to handling all DWI defense cases with care and understanding. We are not here to judge you. We believe that everyone in Missouri, no matter what crime they have been charged with, deserves an aggressive legal defense and to have their rights protected. With that being said, let's talk about hiring a DWI defense attorney in the state of Missouri. Combs Waterkotte is the leading criminal defense and traffic firm serving St. Louis, Kansas City, and the entire state of Missouri. Our criminal defense attorneys will fight your DWI case to protect your freedom, your rights, and will not give up until you get fair justice. Our exceptional record and over 360 reviews speak for themselves. Whether you have been charged with a crime or ticket, we can help. Hiring our DWI and DUI defense lawyers in St. Louis, Missouri. If you've recently been arrested and charged with a DWI or DUI in St. Louis, you need an experienced, knowledgeable, and established St. Louis DWI lawyer. If you've been charged with a DWI or DUI in St. Louis, you will be facing a driver's license suspension, fines, and possible jail time. A DWI or DUI in Missouri can result in unimaginable costs, but you could avoid them with the expert help provided by an effective St. Louis DWI/DUI attorney. Our firm takes a highly personalized approach to every DWI case. Our process is extensive and client-focused. We give the maximum personal attention to all our DWI/DUI clients and work closely with them to formulate the best possible strategy for their case. Our St. Louis DWI lawyers' services have helped protect our clients' rights and secure their futures. Our firm begins all our DWI/DUI cases in St. Louis with a personal one-on-one conversation with clients. We will go over all the facts of the case with you, workshop an effective defense and legal strategy, and answer any questions you might have about the DWI/DUI legal process. Combs Waterkotte stops at nothing to get a favorable outcome for their clients. We review every evidence file, look for extenuating circumstances, and are experts at finding flaws that can change the outcome of your case. Our firm has handled a multitude of DWI/DUI cases in jurisdictions throughout the St. Louis area, ranging from first-time DWI/DUI offenders to those who caused an accident or injury while under the influence. Trust in our ability to defend you if you face any DWI/DUI-related legal issues in St. Louis. What to do if you're pulled over for DWI/DUI in St. Louis? Being stopped by police is nerve-wracking, especially if an officer suspects you of driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. The stress of a routine traffic stop intensifies when accusations of impaired driving come into play. However, staying calm and knowing your rights can make a significant difference in how the situation unfolds. With extensive experience handling DWI/DUI cases throughout the St. Louis area, our legal team strongly advises you to follow these critical steps. Pull over safely. As soon as you notice flashing lights behind you, find a safe place to stop. If possible, pull over on a road shoulder or into a nearby parking lot. Avoid stopping on grass or in unsafe areas. Keep your hands visible, follow the officer's instructions within reason, and remain respectful. Stay calm and cooperative. The way you interact with an officer matters. Remaining composed and courteous can prevent unnecessary complications. Arguing or acting aggressively will only raise suspicion and could lead to additional scrutiny, vehicle searches, or an escalated encounter. Know your rights. Avoid self-incrimination. You are not required to answer questions that could be used against you. While you must provide your driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance, you are under no obligation to disclose where you have been or whether you have consumed alcohol. If asked, politely assert your right to remain silent. Officers are trained to gather evidence against you. Don't give them more than they already have. Refuse field sobriety tests and breath or blood tests. Missouri's implied consent law applies only after an arrest. Field sobriety tests and roadside breathalyzers are unreliable and serve only to justify your arrest. Politely refuse these tests. Call Combs Waterkotte immediately if arrested. If you are taken into custody, do not answer any questions without legal representation. Your conversation with an attorney is fully confidential and protected under Missouri law. Contact us at 314-900-HELP as soon as possible. Our experienced DWI Defense Lawyers are ready to protect your rights and fight for the best possible outcome in your case. Can you drive after a DUI charge in St. Louis? If you are arrested for DWI/DUI in St. Louis, your driver's license could be immediately suspended or revoked by the Missouri Department of Revenue, called an administrative alcohol suspension. This suspension is separate from any criminal penalties and is an administrative action taken against your driving privileges. Following your arrest, law enforcement will confiscate your driver's license and replace it with a notice of suspension or revocation, which allows you to keep driving for 15 days. This allotment of time is meant to allow you to contest the suspension or make other arrangements. You have the right to request an administrative hearing to challenge this suspension within those 15 days. If your license is suspended or revoked, you might be eligible to apply for a limited driving privilege, LDP, commonly referred to as a hardship license, under Missouri Revised Statute Section 302.309. This permit allows you to drive for specific purposes, like school, work, or medical appointments. To obtain an LDP, you might need to complete a Substance Abuse Traffic Offender Program, SATOP, install an Ignition Interlock Device, IID, and provide proof of insurance, SR-22 form. Trust the St. Louis DWI experts. Let's talk about building your DWI defense in St. Louis. Being arrested for DWI/DUI in St. Louis is a daunting experience. Here's how you can help your DWI lawyer best prepare for your defense. 1. Take important initial steps. Following your arrest, document the details of your arrest, including the time, location, and law enforcement officer's actions and any statements. Also, record if the officer stated a reason for the stop. Request a copy of the arrest report. Your DWI lawyer will use this to review any evidence obtained and identify any procedural errors. Do not discuss the case with anyone other than your attorney and avoid posting any details online. 2. Fully understand Missouri DWI laws and penalties. Understand Missouri's implied consent law, which applies to blood and breath tests and can result in license suspension if you refuse testing. However, we suggest that you do refuse any field sobriety, breath, and blood test. 3. Hire an experienced DWI attorney. Hire a St. Louis DWI/DUI defense lawyer, one experienced in Missouri's DWI/DUI laws. Discuss potential criminal defense strategies, including lack of probable cause, failure to issue Miranda rights, a faulty breathalyzer, or improperly conducting a field sobriety test. 4. Examine evidence of probable cause. Our legal team can challenge the reason for the traffic stop and investigate if there was reasonable suspicion to pull you over, and review body cam/dash cam to verify event and challenge police conduct. 5. Evaluate, scrutinize sobriety tests. The Combs Waterkotte Street. Lewis DWI attorneys can review any field sobriety test procedures and verify they were administered according to Missouri guidelines. We can also check for breathalyzer machine accuracy to make sure the device was properly calibrated and maintained. According to statewide protocols, as specified in 19 CSR 25-30.060, monthly maintenance reports on breathalyzers must be sent to Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services. 6th, review chemical testing procedures. We verify any breath or blood test procedures, making sure any tests administered followed Missouri's strict protocols for chemical testing, and challenge chain of custody, checking to see if samples were handled, transferred, and stored correctly. 7. Investigate police conduct and any rights violations. Our St. Louis DUI attorneys examine Miranda rights compliance, confirming if your rights were read and respected at the time of your arrest, and unlawful search and seizure to see if the officer had reasonable suspicion or consent to conduct a search. 8. License suspension defense. If you're facing license suspension, it's crucial to request an administrative hearing to contest the suspension within the statutory deadline of 15 days. Our team can help explore driving privilege options that may allow limited driving under specific conditions. Missouri has 2 LDP or Restricted Driving Privileges, RDP 9. Gather supporting evidence. Any relevant document or witness statements can help your saint. Lewis DWI/DUI Defense Attorney. Any witness that can contest the officer's report and corroborate your side of the story could be pivotal to your case. Also, if relevant, provide any records showing medical conditions or recent use of medications that could explain skewed test results or FST performance, such as diabetes, asthma, bronchitis, pneumonia, gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, low-carbohydrate diet, heart conditions, flu or fever, inhalers, cold medications, or mouthwashes/breath sprays. 10. Preparing for court for your DWI charge. Discuss with your skilled saint. Lewis DWI Defense Lawyer any evidence or testimony that might be used to fight the prosecution's case. We'll help you weigh the pros and cons of negotiating a plea agreement versus going to trial. The Combs Waterkotte legal team always has your best interests in mind when trying to get you the best possible outcome, and you have the final say in any decision. We'll pursue every legal avenue to eliminate the legal consequences of the DWI charges against you in St. Louis, or severely limit them. But if the evidence is stacked against you, or you made a terrible mistake you regret, we'll still represent you and work to get the best possible resolution for you, your loved ones, and your future. Call Combs Waterkotte right away at 314-900-HELP or contact us online. Keep listening to learn more about our DWI defense and some of the types of cases we've handled. Aggravated DWI, celebrity and public official, high-profile DWI cases, DWI with child endangerment, unlawful police stops, DWI resulting in death, DWI assault, DWI serious injury, open container violations, DWI/DUI, hit and run, DWI, felony DWI, CDL, DWIs, DWI first offense, DWI second offense, DWI accidents, DWI with drugs, and DWI with marijuana. How can a DWI lawyer help me in St. Louis, Missouri? We understand that good people find themselves in unfortunate situations. Combs Waterkotte Street. Louis DWI Defense Team is dedicated to defending our clients' rights and achieving the best possible solution for them. What Combs Waterkotte does for you: listens to your story and investigates charges, helps you understand charges and evidence, develops a tailored legal defense strategy and negotiate with prosecutors, and defends at trial. What happens without hiring Combs Waterkotte? Lack of professional legal guidance, limited knowledge of legal procedures and evidence, extremely limited negotiation and defense skills, and risk of harsher penalties, fines, and long-term consequences. What should I expect when hiring a St. Louis, Missouri DWI lawyer? Combs Waterkotte has an impressive track record of experience and success in all areas of Missouri's DWI laws. When you hire our skilled legal team, our initial consultation about your DWI/DUI case will go over questions such as: what was the reason for which the arresting officer pulled you over? Did the arresting officer violate your rights in any way? Did the officer perform field sobriety tests appropriately and adequately? Were there any issues with the breathalyzer testing procedure? Are there any issues with the police report? Working both sides of your street, Louis, Missouri DWI DUI case. Missouri DWI cases have two aspects: civil, driving privileges, and criminal. We act quickly to maintain your driving rights post-arrest, including appealing to the Missouri Department of Revenue or seeking restricted driving privileges for serious cases. The criminal side involves local prosecutors and courts, with multiple offense cases possibly escalating to county or state courts. St. Louis, having various municipalities, handles DWIs DUIs uniquely, requiring an experienced attorney to navigate these differences. What are some defense strategies a St. Louis DWI/DUI lawyer can use? The Combs Waterkotte DWI DUI Defense Team frequently sees a system wrought with errors. Exposing these type of errors could make a difference in your case, although every case is different. Investigating your arrest. Our DWI DUI lawyers will look through your arrest reports to see if the officers followed the law properly. Improperly pulling over your vehicle or even not following the proper procedure for arresting you can lead to a dismissal of your case. If an officer didn't tell you that it was a crime to refuse a breathalyzer after your arrest, can lead to the dismissal of those additional charges. Flaws in chemical tests. We will also look at the results of any breath or blood test that was taken at the time of your arrest. If a breathalyzer isn't properly maintained or proper procedures weren't followed at a lab, your test results may not be admitted as evidence. Similarly, your blood alcohol content, BAC, rises naturally over time. Other defenses. As a general example, an intoxicated person found alone in a car is usually assumed to have been driving the vehicle, even if they are found sitting in the passenger seat. However, the prosecution must be able to prove that person was driving the vehicle while having a BAC of 0.08% or more. Talk to a St. Louis, Missouri DWI DUI lawyer who listens at Combs Waterkotte. Combs Waterkotte has helped many people from all walks of life across the St. Louis area and throughout Missouri who were facing DWI or DUI charges. We are driven to help you get the best outcome for your DWI case and have the track record of satisfied clients to back it up. Combs Waterkotte is ready to help you fight for your reputation and freedom. Contact us today, either online or by calling 314-900-HELP for a free confidential, one-on-one consultation.